Welcome to PROBLEMO. This is our first episode, or even like, it's not even an episode, it's like less than an episode.
It's a proto episode.
Yeah.
It's a pilot. We're feeling things out.
At some point in the future, we will have an episode.
Yes.
But right now, this is it. I'm here with my friend, first of all, Felipe Torres Medina.
Hello. Hi.
Felipe Towers, that's how people call you in this country.
Medina.
Medina.
Medina. Yeah.
Wow, they really ruin last names in this country.
Yeah. Well, Siri is the one who calls me Medina.
Medina.
Yeah. Siri just... I am not known by my own Siri.
No, my Siri have no idea who I am, and sometimes he tried to say my name, and he gave up. He's like, okay, hi, you. He's like,
dude, friendo,
owner,
amigo.
Well,
is it racist?
There's nothing worse than Siri or any kind of these machines trying to speak Spanish.
Yes, that is the most horrible thing I've ever experienced.
It's really offensive.
Because I have the thing where they read your texts to you.
Oh, yeah.
And sometimes my wife, who is American, but she speaks Spanish because she is a good person, she will text me back in Spanish, like simple things like "Sí, mi amor," like "yes, my love," and Siri would just go, "New text from Taylor. Sí, mi amor." And it's like, she doesn't speak like that. She's actually trying to learn the pronunciation,
Come
Siri.
on. I mean, I have to say, my wife speaks perfect Spanish, but my son, he loves Siri because he wants to learn other languages because he's a baby. And, nothing is enough for a baby. And he was like, okay, how you say dog in Spanish? And I asked Siri, how you say dog in Spanish? And then he was like, how you say dog in house? And I was like, house is not a language. He's like, how you say dog in pool? Because he don't know languages, he think that everything have a language. Like objects have their own languages.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Okay, babies' brains are amazing. That's the first statement of this show. And
that's not a problemo. But what is this? It's a problem. Is like what we're gonna talk in this show.
Yes.
We decided to do this show because, well, as you can see and as you can listen, we're both Latinos.
Yes. I'm from Colombia.
Have accents.
Yes.
And I'm from Santiago, Chile.
Yes.
So we're not from here.
Not from here. Moved here, and now we live here.
Yes.
Legally.
I hate when people ask me, like, they don't ask me if it's legal.
Yeah.
But, like, when I say legal, they get a little bit happier.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They're like, oh, good.
Yes.
Because they do like to be performatively sad and be like, and sometimes they care, but they do like to be like, oh, that must be so hard. That's like America's favorite thing.
And it wasn't that hard for us.
No, it was not hard. I mean, it was hard, but it wasn't that hard.
It was difficult, of course.
Yeah, comparatively.
But yeah, we didn't have the worst kind of immigration. And honestly, like, we want to talk about that, but mostly we want to talk about how in our countries, all the things that happened during the last decades are kind of like the future of the U.S. in a way.
Yeah, we're kind of like time travelers.
Yes.
Because we've kind of seen where this road leads, and it's a bumpy ride.
We know where it's going, you know? Like, these people are like, oh, democracy's in trouble. Yeah, it's always been.
Yeah. Just because it's happening in your neighborhood now doesn't mean that it's never...
It's not
been
new.
In trouble. Yeah, exactly.
Democracy always been in trouble for us, and we know how it works. We know how to handle it, and we know how to even be happy in that crazy scenario. So if you listen to this podcast, you're going to learn how to be happy in a crazy world that is falling apart.
Yeah, and I think that's because this is something that you and I talk about a lot, is like every year there's all these like weird metrics, and they're like, what are the happiest countries in the world? And they're always the Latin countries.
We are the happiest. And sometimes, like, if you check it out, like, if you can check it out right now. Not right now. Listen first. You can
multitask. I think you can multitask.
I think you can. But if you're watching the video, just stay here.
Yeah.
Just stay here. It's like all the countries who are happier are the ones with more money.
Yes.
Like, the only place in the world that doesn't happen is in Latin America.
Yeah.
We're poor and we're
happy. And the food is great, but it can't just be the food.
No,
there has to be something else, like a mental thing.
I think it's something in the water too. But we are going to talk about it. We're going to like try to dissect news from all over the planet through our perspective, try to have fun with them, try to find some happiness maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Have fun with it.
Yeah, I think that's the point of this show is the world's falling apart, but grab some grub, grab some beer with your friends, and
and watch the World Cup.
And watch the World Cup. That's the big thing happening right now.
That's the big news of the week. We want to talk about the World Cup that's happening right now in Qatar. I think we're halfway through it.
About to be. I think there's like one more day of the first round, and then it's all fight to the death.
Yeah, I love fight to the death.
I love fight to the death.
I hate this part of it. I mean, it's not like I hated it, but it gets me nervous because I have to learn math.
It's horrible. And I think that's why soccer is so hard to popularize in America.
Yeah.
Because it's slow. Well, it's not as slow as some sports here, but it's
not. I mean, baseball, guys, is the slowest shit ever.
Yeah. But it's low scoring.
Yeah,
there's not as much scoring, and you have to learn math.
Yes.
And I think that's why Americans are like, well, if I have to learn math, I'll watch baseball.
No, if I want to learn math, I want big numbers.
Exactly.
I want like 300 points.
Yeah.
But I want to learn math for 2-0. No.
1-0. 0-0.
0-0. Yeah, I have to say, I understand that what part of the magic of soccer or football, we will call it football in this show, it's that it's kind of like it's always been shady. Mm-hmm. And I like that.
Yeah.
I like that from our sport. I think it's a part of the culture. I mean, the FIFA is the shadiest organization in the planet.
Absolutely.
I think ISIS is, kind of like right there.
I think, ISIS... I think I have more transparency on ISIS's goals than I do on FIFA's. FIFA's like, we love the game. And it's like, what do you really want?
You don't love the game. You love the money. That's the only thing you care.
Yeah.
But I love the idea that, it's like, imagine like ISIS also organize a nice tournament.
Yeah, exactly.
Of something that everyone loves.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I don't think that I agree. I don't agree with anything that ISIS does, but I know that they believe in what they say they believe.
Well, yes. They're very straightforward.
Exactly.
You know what they want
in their bad stuff.
Yeah.
They're very straightforward in how bad they are.
But they're like, that's the front of the organization. It's like, we're evil guys, we're the bad guys.
Yes.
But FIFA is like, no, it's all about free friends and having beers and gonna have a good time.
But no beer. No beer.
In Qatar.
And only friends. If you and that man are together, you only can be friends.
Only can be friends.
Or you and that woman.
It's about being friends between only friends. Yeah, no, it's a weird soccer cup for sure. But you know what? I have to say, every time I there's a World Cup, I get so excited because I feel it's connect with why our countries are special. It's like I think it's like, there's something about socioeconomics that of course is involved. Like, probably like one of the few ways to be suddenly rich from poverty is being a great soccer player.
Yeah, 100%.
It's like the American dream. It's actually that in our country. It's like just being a great soccer player.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, in Colombia, it always surprises me when people are like, well, I don't agree with that soccer player's politics. And I'm like, his politics is that he was dirt poor and now he isn't.
Yeah.
Now he's one of the richest people in the country.
He don't want to pay taxes.
You don't want to pay taxes.
Taxes.
Oh, you're surprised.
It's like Messi's hiding his money in Panama. It's like, he's a soccer player.
Yeah.
He never said that he was also like someone who want to benefit the world.
Yeah.
Or help others.
No, there is a thing called the Messi burger in Hard Rock Cafe. First of all, bad copywriting. You can't just call it the Messi burger. I think it sounds disgusting.
Yeah, but I don't want to eat a messy burger.
Do you want a messy burger? Is that what you want, you dirty, dirty boy? And it's like, no, I don't want that.
I don't want that.
But also, like, if you have a burger at Hard Rock Cafe or any chain, you're not doing anything for the good of mankind. You just want the money, man. And that's fine. I think that's okay for him to want the money.
Well, I am a huge fan of Leo Messi. Mm-hmm. But mostly, it's just like this guy was short. Yeah. And I'm a short person.
Okay, you're a short king.
I feel like I'm in his side because I also want to get like all the steroids I mean, when he was 16 or
the
something.
super soldier serum.
He got like the super soldier serum.
Yeah.
And he's now the best soccer player in the world, the football player in the world.
Yeah.
So I feel like I could be him. It's not impossible.
If you had at 14 moved to Barcelona and they had given you all the growth
But all
hormone,
this corporation was like, yes, we need to do the experiment on this child.
Yes, this child, exactly. You and your parents would have been like, yes, this is what we want
would
for
be
him.
like, whatever, just take him. What is it?
You could have been the greatest soccer player of all time.
So I don't feel that I'm that far from that.
I don't.
A different dimension. This is happening.
I can see it. You would have way more neck tattoos. I feel like that's the thing that
right now I'm 0. You know, I have to start.
you gotta catch up.
What is your favorite soccer player in Colombia?
In Colombia, well, now we're not in the World Cup.
We're not either.
Yeah, Chile isn't either.
Yeah.
But I like a guy called Luis Diaz.
Okay.
He's very good. He plays for Liverpool. I like him. And there's a guy I like. He's a bit on the older side, but his name is Falcao, Radamel Falcao. And the reason I like him is that he's a big, I don't know, he's like a big sweetie. You know, he's just like a big. I'm not saying he's dumb. I don't want to say that because.
But you're saying it. I mean, when you're saying that someone is not dumb, you know that.
I don't think he's dumb. I think the thing I like about him is that he's like. He loves soccer so much.
Okay.
And so he's like, I just want to football. He loves football so much. He just wants to like score goals and be the captain of his country and be nice and be happy. And he loves Jesus, but in a way that's not like, I love Jesus and you should too. It's I have.
Jesus was like a goalkeeper. You know,
Yeah.
He was like he was like doing this.
Yeah. And he had enough friends to field a team. I think that's the
11,
big thing.
Exactly 11.
Exactly.
Wow, I never made that connection before.
Yeah, because you had Judas, but then he switched. He went to Real Madrid.
He was the goal, like not the what's the name of the referee?
The referee. Oh yeah. Judas was the referee, and then
because we know that being a referee, what's going on with you?
You just want money.
What's wrong with you?
You get bribed.
How can a person decided to be in the center of the game?
Yeah.
Just checking that everyone's playing fairly.
Yeah, big cop energy.
You have a big cop energy, and you're not even a cop.
Yeah.
You're a guy with short pants running behind the soccer players and be like, no. Yeah. Here's a red card.
Yes.
You don't have a gun.
Yeah. No, you don't have a gun. You have a whistle. That's all. You have a whistle. That's all you have.
You are more like you're closer to a shopping mall security guard.
Yeah.
Than a cop.
The mall cops of soccer. The mall cops of football.
I mean, we're gonna see that movie in a couple of years, like Paul Blart, referee.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You know, hey Hollywood. Call us.
Are you watching this? Yeah, I love the World Cup. Well, our teams are not in it, but we're enjoying it. We're watching some games, and I think it's the best thing ever.
I think so too. I think the thing, and you were talking about this, is the geopolitics of it all. I mean, it's so fun because it's crazy that like the United States is playing there, and the two of the teams that are playing are like England, who are like it's like
colonizers.
It's like beating up your grandma.
Yes,
right. It's like you should beat your colonizers, but also you speak the same language, you're friends. It's weird.
I mean, it's your family.
Yeah.
But they treat you like shit at some point.
Exactly. At one point,
like
they
your
treated
family.
Yeah, exactly. And then the other game is Iran, and that was supposed to be random. Like that's so interesting and funny.
So interesting. I love that. That's one of the things when people criticize Maradona because, of course, they're right. He was a crazy weird
piece of shit.
Yeah, crazy weird monster. But one of the things that people can't understand is like when Maradona score against the England.
Yeah.
And he's like winning. He's defeating like England defeated Argentina in a war.
Yeah.
So when he did this, it's like, can you imagine this for like regular people? Like they were defeated in a horrible war.
Stupid. Why did you want the Falklands? What is there down there?
There's nothing. There's absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
And even with that, I was like, and then the guy is caught in their faces. Like, it's just beautiful.
And he kind of cheated.
And he cheated. I mean, you can't think about a better revenge than that.
Yeah, it's the biggest fuck you. Because, the English people, lovely people, I've been told.
Not all of them.
Yeah.
Not the king.
Ugh. But, they don't care about the Falklands. They care about winning the World Cup.
Of course. Way more than a tiny island in the other side of the planet.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. I hope at some point we'll figure out that in the Falklands there's I don't know, like a communication with alien forms or something.
Vibranium from Wakanda.
That's the only way that I'll be like, okay, at least they were looking for something, not just being dumb colonizers trying to just.
Well, don't. I would say, expecting the British not to be dumb colonizers is expecting a bit too much from England.
You're right.
Britain.
You're right. Well, that's our first major story of the week. The next one is related to your country.
It is.
Your president.
My president and my parents, my family won't let me forget it because I voted for him. And
they don't like him?
No, I think my mom, I believe, voted blank, which is something you can do in Colombia, which is if you don't like the two candidates enough, you can just be like, I don't like them. I'm voting blank.
Yeah. You can draw something or
there's like this person blank.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Because blank in my country is like you don't even touch it.
You just don't touch it. No. It says like botón blanco.
That's
and
interesting.
It's just white. And the idea is that if enough people vote blank, we're like, it's the majority.
No precedent.
No precedent at all.
We're just gonna like try to figure out this ourselves.
Yeah, chaos. They pick, I think, the guitar.
So anarchy. So your mom vote for anarchy.
I think the president is the flamethrower guitar guy from Fury Road.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
He's waiting. Yeah, he's waiting.
He's blank.
Yeah, he's blank. No, so the idea is like if that happens, they have to put out new candidates.
Good.
But it's a good way for people to be like, I don't really like either of them. But other people in my family were like, we don't like him because he's like a leftist and a socialist. And I was like, yeah, but the other guy sucked. So
you have to vote. You have to vote. You have to choose. I have to say, like, I don't like. I mean, I'm not criticizing your mom. I think your mom is a lovely person, but
she is.
I like to vote.
Yeah.
Even if it's like, then I'm gonna regret it.
Yeah.
I like the idea of like, okay, I choose something.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
The menu is not amazing always. Like most of the time, this is what it is.
Yeah.
But I have to eat.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna eat something.
I would say that I agree with that. I didn't vote for this guy because I like love him, but
the idea is to love someone, love as a politician, like 100%. That's crazy.
That's messed up.
Yeah, that's not right.
No,
you have to kind of like, well, whatever. This is more inclined to what I think the world should be.
Yes.
And that's the way you vote. You don't vote like 100%.
Yeah. And like the other guy was like beat up his wife and like was famous for saying like when they were like, hey, you kind of treat women like shit. He was like, no, look, here's the thing. Women should be respected. And I want women. It's so horrible that women have to work so many jobs in this country. It's unacceptable because they should be at home taking care of the children.
Wow, it started so well.
I know, it's amazing.
Working so many jobs, they should have one job.
Yeah.
Something
yes.
like that.
What? You know what? I would be surprised. I would not be surprised.
Man, calm down. Yeah.
But the story this week is that this president, for the past couple of years, and we know about migration, we have to talk about it. Immigration, everyone has an opinion, right?
Yep.
Everyone, but no one knows how it works. It's just people just...
It's a complicated system, and it's by design complicated.
Yes, exactly. And everyone here talks about the border, like what's happening at the border. All these people are coming through the border. And there are a lot of people coming through the border, and a lot of them are Colombians and Venezuelans.
Yep.
And what happened in the news this week is that the president of Colombia asked Joe Biden to grant a stay of like, it's not like you're not undocumented, because I don't like the word illegal. I don't think, you're not illegal unless you're like an infraction when you're driving.
Yeah,
right.
That's illegal.
That's illegal.
A person can be illegal. The act
exactly
is illegal.
Yeah. And so he asked that Biden grant certain Colombians who are here undocumented a certain stay that it's fine that you're here. And the reason why he did it was because Colombia's neighbors are Venezuela.
Yep, they're right there.
They're next door. You can literally walk across.
I heard about this. Like people just walk a bridge and they're on the other side.
Yeah, you walk across.
They opened that gate now.
So it was closed. It was closed because we had a hard right president who was like Venezuela bad. Colombia good. And one of the reasons I think, and even though the guy who beat up his wife was like, we should reestablish, like we should reopen the, you can't hate your neighbor that long. No. You can't. But essentially, Colombia accepted a bunch of migrants from Venezuela to live in Colombia, and they're there legally, kind of to say, hey, U.S., they're not going to go all the way up there because they were able to build a life here in Colombia. So, hey, remember how we did that, is what the president of Colombia is saying. How about you let some of the Colombians in the States just kind of be there? Yeah. And I think it's fair. It's great. And I believe we were left in red. Like, the red receipts. Yeah, it was like,
it's Joe Biden. Maybe he don't even know how to open the email.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, He got an A to try and open it, and then he started playing Candy Crush.
I love the idea that presidents send messages to other presidents.
Yeah,
because it's like, in a way, I think it's. I don't know if this is a. I don't know about how it works. Honestly, I don't think it's like an email, but in my mind, it's like you say something on TV. Mm-hmm. And that's enough. Mm-hmm. It's like the other side have to be like, we listen because we saw it on TV, so okay, no or yes.
Yeah.
Or nothing, like in this case.
Yeah.
But I love the idea, like presidents are like, hey, you should do this. It's like, okay, now we're gonna wait for the other guy to say something.
Yeah, it's like almost like, and I think this is something that happens with Colombia, is such a big ally of the United States. We're always like the country that has been like the biggest ally, I think, in the region. And it has a little bit of like texting your crush energy, or texting the cooler kid in school energy.
Yeah.
Where you're like, hey, you remember we said we were going to hang out? And then sometimes they text back and you're like,
man, I remember you. Yeah. And then they stop texting.
And you can never ask them why they stopped texting, because that would make you uncool.
Exactly. So you have to just like wait 3 months.
Yeah, exactly.
And ask again. And start from zero. Hey, dude, like, I was thinking about you.
No. It's just like, hey, remember me? Yeah. So, hopefully Joe will find his phone.
Yep.
I know he's having dinner with Macron these days, and you know he's more important than
us.
As your own backyard. But I hope he finds his phone, and I hope he gives those Colombian status, because it's pretty nice to live up here. It's pretty cold.
Yeah, it can be cold, but it's a nice place to be. So
it's supposed to be.
Petro and Biden figured this out.
Yeah.
That's
you guys get in a room and figure it out. Yeah, just get in a room like here. Just start they should start a podcast.
They just have to start a podcast.
They should start a podcast.
Oh, that's the worst thing that anyone can say in the language, in the American language. So you should start a podcast.
You should start a podcast.
We're going to move on to the next segment of this show. This is called Medal of the Week.
Yes.
Medal of the Week. In this segment, we're going to give a medal because we know that dictators just love medals.
Dictators love medals. They always wear them.
So many. The
more medals, the more dictator you are.
Oh, yeah. And I think that could be a medal.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well, I think that I remember when I was in school, I loved pins in my backpack.
Yeah.
And I love to, like, I don't know, have like corn, and then not corn, like corn the band, not corn.
Oh,
the food.
I thought corn the food.
I'm a fan of both, honestly.
Yeah. We're South American, a lot of corn.
It was kind of weird if my thing when I was a teenager was corn, the food.
Yeah.
No, I think that's the same energy of like just having a bunch of pins.
Yeah. It's like I'm cool, I'm edgy. This is all the stuff I like.
This whole thing I like. I hope we, maybe girls will be like, this guy also. I also love that band.
Yeah.
Like, I also love that when you kill those.
Yeah, when you put people in a stadium and murder them.
I remember that. That was cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, medals.
Certainly a conversation starter.
We're gonna. I think it's a good medal of seduction. But we're gonna talk about these people who love dictators who need a medal, and this guy, of course, everyone is talking about this. We're probably not gonna have like a fresh take on this, but Kanye West went to the InfoWars. It's still around.
Yeah.
Alex Jones and InfoWars. I thought like after that the Sandy Hook thing, and he lost billions of dollars, it's like you disappear.
I thought so too. Here's something that I've discovered is that you can like lose all the money in the world, but if you're like rich or grifty enough in America, you always find a way to stay afloat. Like you file for bankruptcy and then that's it. But then you can still like keep selling boner pills on your stupid website.
It's kind of crazy that you like, okay, billions of dollars, and then, well, next episode we're gonna keep going.
Yeah.
What happened? I mean, I don't know.
What I'm saying is, all those boner pill sponsors from Alex Jones, please leave and sponsor this podcast because we would love to have sponsors.
I mean, we would love to have boners and sponsors. So, yep.
Two good things.
This is the place to be.
Yeah.
The thing is, like, he went to InfoWars, a new episode with Alex Jones, and we all know this. He said that he was a Nazi fan.
Mm-hmm.
He started rambling and doing crazy. But the weirdest thing is, and I don't know if we brought our props. It's like he did all this with like this shit in his face.
Yeah.
You know, this is, I can't even see you, man. Like, this is so fucking stupid.
Honestly, I don't know where the mic is at this point.
I mean, if you were not even
Hold on.
talking
I know
to
what
the
will
mic.
help me see. There we go.
This is the dumbest idea ever. Honestly, just going, this is uncomfortable. And I know it's like, no, this is a fashion design. This is fucking uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It's I can't see anything.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
well,
I don't know.
Don't you think for a truth teller like him, you have to be uncomfortable to tell uncomfortable truths?
Wow. This is working in a meta.
Yeah. I feel like that's the level of garbage brain that he has. It's like, it's so stupid. What I just said is the stupidest thing I probably have said this week.
But a lot of people are like, wow.
Yeah.
Mind blowing. I have to say, now that I'm doing this, it's like, it's really hard to breathe, and maybe you have less oxygen in your brain.
Oh, there you go.
And when you have less oxygen in your brain, you start getting Nazi a little bit.
Yeah, you just start getting.
I can feel it.
I mean, I think you have to want to be Nazi before getting less oxygen in your brain, but then you get less oxygen in your brain, and then just like, because he is garbage.
Yeah.
He is, and his opinions are like, it's so funny to me that there are still people defending him.
Well, you have to do this really extreme acrobacy. I don't know if I'm saying it right.
Yeah, mental gymnastics
to try to defend him after this video.
Yeah.
Even before, you can be like,
I'd say before.
No, I said for us.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But like, okay, you can say like, no, he was like the system, blah, blah, blah. But then you say, no, I'm a Nazi. I love Nazi. It's like, and Alex Jones is like, stop.
Yes.
Like, I'm not a Nazi. I have this voice, but I'm Alf. Yeah. And then the other guy's like, no, I am. It's like, wow, this is so fucking weird.
It's really weird, and I think, Kanye, yay. I'm not gonna call him whatever. Fuck that.
Ever gonna call you yay.
Well, yeah. First of all, you don't believe that certain people should be alive, because that's what you say when you say what you said. So I'm not going to give you the benefit of calling you what you want to be called. Nope. But, my message to him is just stop being so goddamn divorced and stop appearing like, go away. I would love for him to go away from the media. I know he can't do it. But I would say let's stop giving him attention, because, and I wonder who is going to give him attention now.
No,
because even Alex Jones is like, I'm out. This guy is crazy.
It's someone in YouTube right now.
Oh, yeah.
With a horrible podcast being like, hey, Kanye, this is a place for freedom of speech.
Yeah.
And, like in the middle of nowhere, that in this farm doing this podcast, and he's going to show up and do 6 hours.
And you know what, Elon, good luck with that podcast.
Yeah.
I think he's going to love it.
Yeah. And his book is called The Joe Rogan Experience.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. I feel like I mean, once again, it's like we created these monsters in a way.
We did, yeah.
Like we're like, oh, this idols. He's a genius. Remember, like everyone's like, he's a genius. He's a genius. He's a genius. You keep saying someone's a genius, then they stop being a genius.
Yeah.
It's the worst thing you can do to a genius is be like, you're a genius. You're a genius.
Yeah.
I think you'd be like, okay, your music is great. Keep going with that. we're not going to listen to anything else that you're saying.
And this kind of relates to soccer, what we were talking about, because I think we expect a little too much from everyone these days.
Yes, why?
You know, we're talking about like these, who's your favorite player or whatever. Like, I don't agree with the politics of a soccer player. It's like, no. Their job is to kick a ball.
Yes.
You know?
If they're good at that, awesome.
And this is not me saying like, oh, athletes shouldn't have political opinions.
No,
That's not what I'm trying to say.
But it's not like, oh, okay, also they have to cook really well. It's exactly the same. It's like, well, they're not cooking great.
Yeah.
But I can't support that guy. He did a horrible soup yesterday.
Yeah. And I think that's the thing with Kanye is like we hype him up. We say like, or with celebrity, we hype people up. We say, you're a genius, you're a genius. They start believing it. And then their horrible opinions and their like pure hatred, they think that it's part of their genius. And it isn't. Also, Kanye, like, there's some music that like I might have enjoyed at any point. I don't think I can play a Kanye song at this point ever again in my life.
If someone made like this Spotify Wrapped and his number one song is Kanye, you're in trouble, my man.
Yeah.
You delete the app right now.
Call your friends, tell them to recommend some music, and then
and put the machine to just repeat another song for next year.
Yeah. Just do Baby Shark forever.
Clean your Spotify algorithm.
Yeah. But I think also Kanye's not a genius. I think Kanye wrote some good music and had some producers and people helped. But genius is not a person.
Well, it's his materials or like whatever he does. Or
right. And it's like there are Kanye lyrics that are stupid. They're super dumb.
Yeah.
And we just decide to say people are geniuses and people can do no wrong and blah, 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 blah. And it's like, genius is not a person. Genius is not something that happens with one person is born and they're a genius. Genius is a moment. Genius is a bunch of like people getting together and something might come out of that, you know? And that's the story of this podcast. And a bunch of people coming together.
This podcast is genius. Yeah. No, I agree with that. And also, I think that being a genius or people who are geniuses, like I read biographies and stuff, is like there's self-doubt. And they're always like pushing themselves to be better.
Yeah.
And I think at some point, Kanye stopped doing that.
And that's what dictators do. They surround themselves with people who say, yes, you're great, you're amazing, you're such a genius.
Mans.
And there you go.
And they stop creating cool stuff because they think they are geniuses.
Mm-hmm.
I think if you read about the life, I don't know, of David Bowie. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was making amazing music, but he's always changing and trying to like not do what he did before and calling the new producer to try to make a new album with another different style. Yeah. Not just like surrounding himself by people who are like, you're the biggest genius of your generation and saying that a lot every interview.
Exactly.
I don't know. I think this man is just lame. There's nothing genius about this dude anymore. It's just sad and this thing in your face. I mean, it's so dumb. I don't think it's great. I don't think it's creative or whatever.
I honestly, you know what? I like the covering the face because it means I don't have to look at his stupid face ever again. Fuck him.
Well, that's our message for Kanye West.
But he does get the medal. He does get the Dictator of the Week medal.
We're gonna put it here in reception, like at the lobby.
Yeah.
Someone's gonna be
don't come and pick it up. We don't want to see you. But it's there. It's in reception.
It's going to be there. It's going to be there for everyone. Every week we will have one, and this is our first one.
This is our first one.
Our next segment, it's called Guess Who. Guess Who.
Guess Who.
Guess Who. What is Guess Who? Maybe you can explain it better.
Guess Who. Well, you know, America, you guys... Really, America loves a mystery. They love a conspiracy theory. You know, JFK wasn't shot. He is Bigfoot, and he lives in Area 51. Elvis Presley's not dead.
He's still alive.
He's still alive. He's Paul McCartney.
Mostly everyone is or dead or alive.
Or dead or alive. Yeah, that's
the conspiracies.
Yeah, and he directed the moon landing. Right. That's how it works. Story. So Guess Who is a segment where every week we're just going to talk about, you know, one of the cuckoo crazy people who just show up in the scene in America, and somehow people are like, yeah, I like him.
Give me more of that. Give me more of that.
Give me more. Give me more of the crazy. And our guest coup this week is Herschel Walker.
Herschel Walker.
Yeah, Herschel Walker, whose name he really does sound like a TV character.
Yes.
They're like
yes.
Herschel Walker.
Someone wrote this character for us. And
well,
he's running for Congress right now. From where is
So he's running for Senate in Georgia.
In Georgia.
And, you're like...
a runoff.
Yes. You're like, isn't the election over? Yeah, there's a runoff. It's on Tuesday. And he is... I think what you have to remember about Herschel Walker, which is related to, again, the athletes, is that he played football for a very long time. Not football.
American football.
Football.
Yeah. So a lot of concussions.
Hey, it hasn't been proven except by all of science.
And from footage from this guy, actually, it's also been proven. We're going to check a video of Herschel. He was talking in a rally.
Yes.
And he started talking about, how to explain, about the wall. Mm-hmm. But he take a weird turn. Let's check it out.
All right.
Secure this border. They said, how are you going to do that? I said, well, I can do it then. You better put up a wall. A wall do work. Wall work around your house. When you got a wall around your house, people don't do it. They can get in, but you know what? They get in, it'll be hard to get out. Because I got a dog my dog really won't bite, but he put it bad anyway. But anyway, this is what I want to tell you. What we got to do right now, this is one of the most important elections we can ever have in our lifetime.
Okay.
Wow. Wow. Let's try to dissect
yes.
Just trying to bring this to real life. Mm-hmm. Okay, there's a house.
There is to catch up, he's talking about building the wall, and then he says, I'm going to give an example of the common man, right? Which is there's a wall, there's a house.
It's not a bad idea to start. No. That does make sense. People will connect. Everyone have houses.
Exactly.
Or being in a house. So you know how it works.
We understand the concept of house.
Houses are, when you're a kid, for a house.
Exactly.
You know where it is.
And then there's a wall around the house.
There's a wall.
And he says, people, if you build a wall, people can't get in. Well, people can get in.
Well, if there's a wall that people can get in, it's not a house. Because no one can get in.
Yeah.
In the logic of, the basic logic of this.
Right.
I mean, you need the wall to have a door.
Right.
So you can go in.
Yeah,
and
it's like a manger, like the nativity scene.
Yes.
Right. That doesn't have a wall.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then he keep going.
Yeah, because he says he's going to build a wall around the house so people can't get in. But then he says people do get in. But he says if they get in, it's going to be hard for them to get out, which they're already in. And I think you were saying that you didn't want them in there.
So
but
also, at the same time, it's like, okay, you're building this wall.
Yes.
But people do not come in.
Yes.
But then they're going to come in.
Yes.
And they're going to be able to go out.
He said he doesn't want them to go out because he has a dog, a big dog. And I know he's trying to say that the big dog is going to hurt them.
Yes, that's what when someone say that, it's like the big dog is going to bite them or scare them.
Right. But they can't get out because that's what he said. So maybe he just thinks that the dog is like really nice and cute and everyone's just going to stay and pet them, pet the dog. But he says, because I got a big dog, well, my dog don't bite. Then what? Maybe the dog is nice. Maybe the whole point is that the dog is nice.
That was the story. Maybe he was saying like people will come into my house and they have fallen in love with this dog and they decided to stay.
Yeah.
And how that applied to immigration policies in America?
Well, I think what Herschel's trying to say here is that every immigrant should get a puppy. And that is a message I can get behind.
I voting for this man.
We cannot vote, but we are voting for him.
You did it again.
Damn it, America.
Oh, you did it again to me. Exactly where it hurts.
Yeah, right where
democracy. I think it's a great idea to just give puppies and everyone will fall in love with the immigrants too. We'll be like, they're stealing our jobs, but like they're so cute.
Also, like when you have a dog, that the dog walking is a job. So
you're not stealing a job, you're creating
jobs.
That's
Herschel Walker, job creator, immigrant lover. Who would have thought?
Wow, what a weird turn of way this thing going.
Yeah.
That was great. This is our Guess Coup of the week.
Yeah, that was Guess Coup of the week.
Okay, we got to our final segment. And, well, this... Okay, the name of this segment is Viral Somewhere Else Right Now. Maybe we'll change it.
Maybe we'll change it, yeah.
Maybe people out of their houses can help us with this.
Yeah, maybe they'll write to us. They'll just send us letters to reception. We'll keep them there with Kanye's thing.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of things in reception, it looks like. Well, Viral Somewhere Else is a video. We're going to watch a video that is viral, but not here.
Not in the States.
No one cares about this video in this country.
No.
But it's funny as fuck.
Yeah.
According to our standards.
Yes.
Let's see if you guys agree. The next video is from the World Cup. We were talking about this before. And this happened to a journalist in Chile.
Yeah.
And let's check it out first.
Yeah.
Argentina tiene que clasificar, dicen los miles y miles que han llegado.
No son.
Señor, we are allowed, mister, we are allowed, estamos permitidos. We have the right, tenemos el derecho a estar acá. Este es un lugar que está permitido. This is a place where it's allowed.
¡Viva México, señor!
Amigo, me tenían colgando. No.
I love how the ghosts of Tupac show up at the end.
Yeah, who is this man? I love him. I think that video is great. I think if you're wearing costumes, people might be like, "Oh my God, that's so offensive," right?
And yeah, probably now you're right.
But what if you're wearing costumes to make fun of the people who are evil?
I think that's I think Halloween was that at the beginning, probably.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
You know, like okay, witches or I don't know.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. There you go. But I think that video is so funny because I think that's what we are.
I think this is like a Latin America in a nutshell.
Yeah.
This is what we are. The video is great also because it's so scary at the beginning. Yeah. Because when if you're recording something and like these two dudes show up and like no, you're like,
oh my God. And we talk about it like hosting the World Cup in a place like Qatar. It's like it's gonna be dangerous and we know it because like we've been telling FIFA like, hey, this doesn't feel safe. And again, you can talk about culture and all that stuff, but it in the end they have said, hey, if you do certain things that we don't like, there's going to be consequences. That's what they've said. So it is really scary. I was a little nervous.
I was a little bit nervous at the beginning too. I was like, damn, this guy's in big trouble.
Yeah.
And they was like, Viva Mexico. I was like, yes, yes, we did it again.
We did it.
We made fun of that Qatar.
Yeah, they were able to go there and make fun of Qatar and make fun of journalists, which is one of my favorite things to do.
One of our favorite things to do. So this is a great video. I think it's a great viral somewhere else. So yeah, well, every week we're going to be sharing videos like this, videos like you will not have access because your timeline is not in Spanish.
Right, because your TikTok For You page the algorithm doesn't feed you these gems, these beautiful gems from the rest of the world.
Exactly. And then when you're going to start seeing this, the algorithm is going to be like, oh, this is more hungry for this kind of content. Mm-hmm. And then you're going to learn Spanish.
Yeah, this is better than Duolingo. This podcast is better than Duolingo.
Yep.
So we're going to do it.
And I mean, Duolingo, if you want to sponsor us.
Oh, yeah. If you want to sponsor us.
You can learn from us.
Yes. Yeah. And we'll put the little owl here and he'll remind us that we're bad people like he does every day.
By the way, there's a whole culture, and we're about to finish, but I just remember there's a whole culture of like there's a whole industry around teaching immigrants how to learn English.
Yes.
And I remember one thing was called Español sin frontera. No, Inglés sin barreras.
Inglés sin fronteras. Yeah.
And
that's English without borders. Yeah.
Yeah. And there was like VHS.
Yeah.
And this guy, the guy who created that was millionaire because he just make these videos of like how to learn English for immigrants.
Yeah.
And then now Duolingo is kind of like the same in a way. I don't know if Duolingo is exactly the same, but there's like a lot of this.
I never saw those tapes.
No,
I never saw. I know that they existed.
Yeah.
Like I saw the ads, but I never watched.
It's like the movie The Ring. You know, you watch one of them, and then he called you and said, 7 días.
And then 7 days you learn English. It was very good. It was very effective.
It works really well.
Yeah.
Well, with that beautiful message, I think it's time to finish this first episode of Sí Problemo. That was great.
That was great. Yeah. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for listening. And we'll be back every week.
Yep.
And we'll talk about the world. We'll talk about America. And we'll teach you Spanish. Guaranteed.
You want to share like your Instagram or something like that?
Sure. If you want to follow me on Twitter, the dying embers of Twitter, I am at...
the survivors of Twitter.
I am at Felipe T. Medina with 2 A's because someone has Felipe T. Medina and they haven't tweeted since 2015.
I hate that.
So you can follow me there. And if you're on Hive, which is a thing I've been told to have now.
What is this?
Well, it's like, I don't know. It's like now that Twitter is bad.
Oh, this is like the new
thing.
I was trying Mastodon.
Yeah, but that confused me.
Confusion. It's so confusing. I try also like it's like servers.
There's servers. I don't want to mess with that. I just want to put my stupid little jokes on the big timeline. And so I'm on that as Felipe T. Medina, no 2 A's, just the one, because I got there from the beginning.
Good job. Yeah. Good job. Well, you can follow me in Truth Social. No, you can follow me on Twitter, if it's still there when this episode come out, at Fabrizio Copano, also in Instagram the same, also in, what else is out there?
TikTok.
Oh, no, TikTok. I have the same problem. Someone else had Fabrizio Copano. That is a very weird name.
Yeah.
Someone stole it from me. But so I'm Fabrizio Comedian. I'm Fabrizio Comedian.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
me.
You can't be anything else. If you ever post a serious video, the Chinese government will come and kill you. Yeah.
So yeah, that's me. Where else am I? I have some shows coming up, but well, there's only my Instagram.
Well, so. Fabrizio is going to be on a show on Tuesday, December 13th with me. We're doing a show, and if you're in New York City, it's called Citizenship Live in Caveat. It's the only game show in America that is inspired by the U.S. immigration system. We put immigrants and they compete against U.S.-born people, and it's really fun and stupid and just like the immigration system.
We're gonna put the link to buy tickets in the description of the video. And thank you so much, everyone. Thank you. We did it. First episode. Take care. Bye-bye.